Hello there, and welcome back to Szpakowo. So February is here, and oh look, there's a deer. Oh no, wait, that's a horse. Yeah, that's definitely a horse. Sounds like a horse. So yeah, I've decided to pick up a couple of new horses because I want to see how much they're worth when they reach their premium sell price. And so I'm going to be taking care of them myself. I'm going to switch off the auto helper for the horses. I think I can probably manage 2 per month on top of everything else. It won't take too long. I don't know how long it takes them to reach their premium selling age, but I guess we should get started by riding our new horses. Okay, that's both of our horses ridden and brushed for the month. Let's just check to make sure they have enough food. Yep, they've got plenty of base food, plenty of hay, so they are all good for now. Quick check on our cows. How are they doing? They've actually started producing milk again, which is fantastic. And their manure amount is going up way more than 2 to 1. I estimated 2 to 1 in the last episode, but out of approximately 4,000 litres, I think. Yeah, but 4,500 litres. 5,500. No, it's about right actually. Yeah, it was 9,700 we had in there, and they've taken away approximately 5,500. So yeah, 2 to 1 ratio. Okay, so what is next? I think next we should take a look at the price for our silage. Where is it? So silage is almost at its premium sell price. However, we can't take it to the biogas plant because we don't own it. And we need to own that to be able to sell or to be able to take products to it. So let's go into our menu here. Let's go into our price list here and see where the next price is for silage. So we can take it to Katie's sell point for €1 less per bale. So we will do that. Let's jump in our tractor, get ourselves started up, and then we can get all of our silage loaded up and taken over to the Katie sell point. And then I think we can probably skip through to March and start planting our fields. I don't think we've got anything to sell in March. I always thought we had something to sell in March. Am I imagining things? Yeah, we don't have anything to sell in March. Next thing is July. Okay, so I will get this silage loaded up and I will see you over at the Katie sell point. so we are all loaded up, and we're loaded up relatively neatly. We've got 47 bales, so let's see how much that is exactly. Just quickly unclip, clip back up again before they jump off and make their escape. So 164,500 litres at 245 per 1,000 litres. So 24, 48, it's going to be around 40,000 euros, I think. Okay, so here we are over at the sell point. I think that's Katie right there. Hi, Katie. Let's get these bales sold off. Let's see exactly how much we're going to get for them. Make sure we're in the sell point. I think that's about right. So there we go. We get 41, 43, about 44,000 we got there. And then I think we're going to get hopefully around 80,000 in July for our furniture when we sell it. So what is next? I think what we'll do now, bye Katie, is just take a look at our dairy production, make sure it's got enough milk, because now that we have extra milk to put in it, we might want to do that. And then we'll skip through to March and we'll start getting our fields planted. Okay, so a quick check of our cows. They are doing fine. Got plenty of milk. Got enough straw left. Food is good. Slurry is getting a little high. That's okay, we can put some slurry on our fields this year. So that will empty them out. Yeah, I think we're looking good cow-wise. Let's check to make sure our productions have enough product. So wood is good. Bakeries are good for flour. Dairy has enough milk for another couple of months. Got enough sorghum in the grain mill, enough rice, enough water. Yeah, we are all good there. So I will skip through to March and I will see you there. Okay, so it is March. And did you know that potatoes contain a lot of starch? Bet you didn't, right? Let's first start by checking in the discount store because a whole bunch of stuff just came up in between the months. So we have a tractor in there. I wonder if that would be useful as a second tractor. It obviously would, but I just don't think we can afford it right now. Something like that would be really helpful for towing our trailer around. But yeah, we can't afford it, unfortunately. So we're going to have to let it pass. Nothing else in there of any use to us at the moment. So let's then start off by riding our horses. Come here, horses, it's ride time. Let's take you for a little trot. Okay, that's our horses, brushed and ridden for the day. And you know what I was thinking? We should rename our horses. Let's see, what should we rename them to? Let's call this one Black Mischief. There we go. And then this one, we'll call him Brown Beast. There we go. So those are our two horses, ridden, taken care of for the month. Next we're going to take care of our potatoes and our sugar beets. So potatoes first, they're going in this far field over here. So let's take a look at the crop calendar. I believe they are able to go into the ground this month. They are, you can see them just there. So let's rent the potato planter and get those taken care of. So what do we need here? We have 3 meter working width, 3 meter working width. This one also has fertilizer, or can have fertilizer. We don't really need that. And the next one up is 6 meter working width. I think we'll go with this. It's going to take a little while to plant that field, but that's okay. What should we do? Should we rent the more expensive one or the cheaper one? I know that potatoes yield quite high, but they also use a lot of potatoes when you're planting them. So I feel like this might be the better option, the more expensive one. How much is this one to rent? Don't need the ridge marker. So this one is 6,375 to rent, and then how much is this one? 10,000. Wow. 10,000 to rent the potato planter. It's going to take us half the amount of time. Is it worth saving that 4,000? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rent the more expensive one because it's going to take us half the time. And in the time we save, we can take a look at a lime contract on one of the large fields. Maybe we'll be able to recoup that money. I think that seems like the best option we have here, because I don't want this to take all month. So we're going to rent this, and we're going to buy some potatoes. Now, how many are we going to need here? Let's do, I think we're going to need at least 8,000. Let's buy 5 for now. I don't want to buy too many because they are pretty much useless if you don't use them all. Okay, so we have our potato planter here, and no wonder it's so expensive. It's absolutely huge. When you look at it on the screen, without the context of a tractor next to it, it doesn't look that big, but it's actually a huge machine. So no wonder it costs so much money. Let's get it unfolded, and I'll get to our field here, and let's get these potatoes planted. Alright, so I will get these planted, and I'll rejoin you shortly. Okay, so that is our potato field planted, and we overestimated the potatoes by approximately 1,369 litres, but that's okay. It's our first time planting, so it wasn't a bad estimate. Just super happy we didn't end up buying 8,000 litres of potatoes. Now, I don't think you can dump the potatoes back on the floor. At least you couldn't in FS22. In real life, you would be able to scoop the potatoes out of there and just put them back in your storage or put them back wherever you wanted them. So I don't think it's ultra realistic that you can't do that in the game. Let's just take a look. Yeah, you can't eject the potatoes. So let's return the potato planter. Okay, so I spoke with the company that rents the potato planter and also sells the potatoes. They've agreed to credit me for any full pallets of unused potatoes, so 950 per pallet. We're going to add 950 back to our account. It's very kind of them. Unfortunately, we did lose around a third of a pallet of potatoes, but that's not the end of the world. Next, we need to plant sugar beets in our other fields, so let's start up the tractor, and before we do that, I'm going to take a quick look to see if we have any large contracts that we can fulfill. Maybe a large lime contract that won't take us too long. What do we have here? We have that one over there, but I don't really want to go over there. It's a long way away. And then we have a couple over here. So we have 11 and 16. That would be around 6,400. We could take care of both of those, couldn't we? I'll leave it until after we've planted the sugar beets, because something else interesting might come up between now and then. Okay, let's grab our planter out of here, I'll make sure we are full of seeds, which is great. So let's get over to our sugar beet field and make sure we've got the right crop selected, and let's get these sugar beet planted. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, because I think in FS22 you had to use the specialist planter for the sugar beet. I could be wrong, I don't remember, but we're about to find out how this works in FS25. So let's put the field lines on, GPS rows, and we'll get planting with this. I wonder how much sugar beets it's going to use. So let's start the planting. How much are we using? So it's not using much at all. 9 seeds per meter cubed. 9 seeds per meter squared, rather. 8 seeds, 9 seeds. Yeah, not much being used here at all. So I don't foresee this taking up too many seeds. Looking at how the ground is displaying the planted state, I think this field might need rolling. So if I need to roll it, maybe I'll go over it with a roller after I have planted. We might do that a little later on in the episode. We will see. And something that I was thinking about while I was planting the potatoes is that once we sell off the potatoes and sugar beets, we will be completing the next level of VIP order, and so then we'll get the bonus for that level, which is 126,000. Once we get that, we'll be able to buy our production, so we won't need to worry about selling our goods at a mediocre price. So that's fantastic. Anyways, I will carry on with planting these sugar beets, and I will rejoin you in a little while. Okay, so that is our sugar beets planted. We used almost a full tank of seeds for that, so we will need to just fill up quickly with the rest of the seeds that are over by the shed. And our tractor is squeaking at us once again because it's thirsty, so we'll get ourselves over to the store and we'll get it filled up with diesel and also get it repaired. So let's just fill up with what's here. Oh wow, 10 whole litres. Epic. And thinking about that then, we don't have any more seeds, or we do have more seeds, so just zipping ourselves over here then. And we'll go and top up the rest of the seeds from this batch. And then we'll quickly zip over to the store, get ourselves topped up before we run out. Okay, so we now have a fully repaired tractor and a fresh tank of diesel. Let's take a look to see if that sugar beet field needs rolling. Based on the visual of it, it looks like it might do. Yeah, it does need rolling, so we will take care of that next. Let's also check our contracts just to see if anything new lime-wise has come in. It hasn't. I'm wondering if it might be worth going down here and doing this lime contract after all. How would I even get into that area? Looks like there might be a path there by field 202. Although, yeah, we will go down by 212, by field 212 and get to the field that way. And then we have 6 and 11 and this one over here. Let's take this lime contract because we did spend more than I anticipated on the potato planter and the potatoes. And I do just want to make sure that we keep our bank balance at a reasonable level. And then we will come back and roll our sugar beet field. So I will continue and I will see you in a bit. Okay, that is our sugar beet field rolled and looking nice and ready for a great harvest. We'll get our roller back over to our sorghum field, ready to roll that after we planted the sorghum next month. I wonder if there's anything else to do this month. I don't think there's anything else we can do in our fields. Next month is going to be pretty busy because we're going to be planting sorghum and rice, and we're going to be fertilizing our potatoes and our sugar beets. So for the rest of this month, I wonder if we can maybe take a look at another contract. Let's jump into the menus and take a look. So we'll collect that 8,000 or so from that contract, and does anything else come in that is worth doing? There's another lime. Oh no, it's fertilizing. So we do have these two lime contracts still, and I'm wondering if it's worth just taking care of these to build up our money a little bit more. They are both in a similar area of the map, and I think we could probably get them both done with the lime that we have on the farm. I think we're going to take those, and then we're going to have a good amount of money recuperated from our potato planter rental and the potatoes to go in the planter. So let's once again grab our front loader, lime and spreader, and we'll head over to that field and take care of the liming there. That is the line contracts complete, so we will just get back over to where our spreader lives and we'll drop it off and also drop off the spare bag of lime. I crashed into a tree on the way back to the farm, that's why the lime is on the fork like that. I need to drop off the spreader. Come on, get off. There you go, stay there. And then we'll drop the spreader over here. We'll collect the contract. And I think we might call it there for the month. We have a lot to do in April, but I don't want to start April because I do try to start each new episode at the start of a new month. And we have too much to complete in April to fit it into this episode. So yeah, we'll call it there. Thank you as always for watching. Hope you're enjoying following along. If you are, of course, please do give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. And I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Till then, bye for now.